All right, we turn now to a story about a group of Iowa teenagers shooting for the moon. This year, NASA put out a student app development challenge asking middle and high school teams to create an app that can visualize the moon's south pole. It's part of the actual ongoing Artemis mission to put astronauts back on the moon. And out of more than 100 teams competing, only one is from Iowa. So we are joined now by the 5 teammates out of Des Moines: Sujal Pokral, Ramas Pokral, Jeffrey Allen, Shwan Pacifique Muskazi, and Mas Luvan. Guys, thank you both all so much for being here today with us. Why don't you start by explaining what your project is?
Our project is a part of NASA's App Development Challenge for middle and high school students. In this challenge, participants are asked to simulate a moon exploration mission with the data that NASA has provided them.
Okay, and just so you guys know, I'm going to have you speak up a little bit because what you're saying is super cool. We want to make sure that we hear it. So you're visualizing the South Pole. You got to put all of this data up. I understand you just gave a public presentation last week. I mean, what's the next step in your competition coming up? Is it Wednesday?
On February 7th, we will be interviewed by NASA for the second stage of the challenge. This interview will determine whether or not we make it to the final stage of the challenge, where we will present our project to the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you make it past this next stage, you get to go to the finals. I mean, you've said before this project was like a little bit intimidating at first. How do you overcome that? I mean, it can be intense to go up against so many other teams and to compete for NASA. How do you guys deal with that?
Yeah, so we were actually able to work through this because we had support from not only our teachers, but also our communities, our schools, our districts, and our state also. And us as a team, we also supported each other as well.
Were you guys all friends before this, or how did you all kind of become friends throughout this process?
Yeah, I would say like before this, we all had classes together along with Ramas,
Being my cousin, we all knew each other a little bit, but this challenge has brought us closer as a team and as friends.
I love that so much. So you guys all go to Des Moines North High School or Des Moines Virtual Campus. I want to talk about this. You guys have said that being students there and competing is really significant. Why is that?
Because I would say it means a lot, like to be able to show what our schools can do and to also take on this challenge and to be in a position to inspire other students in the future. And I would say like that's probably the biggest thing from this challenge.
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit off-road. I didn't tell you guys I was going to ask this question, but how do you work on this project? Like, is it a lot of computer work or coding, or what is it? How do you do this?
The challenge itself prompts us to do a lot of work, like you said, with computers and coding and a lot of technical work as well. We're sort of just teaching ourselves along the way.
Yeah, so I would say more specifically, it's been a lot of like programming because we do take some computer science classes, which have aided us in this challenge. But as we've gone, we've also learned how to be resourceful and learn how to and game design and modeling. You want to see it?
Part of this challenge, me and Ramas here modeled a rover and a polar that we have included in our app. And the goal of this challenge is to design a game which, like I've said before, it simulates a moon exploration mission. So yeah.
Wow. So you've got so much going on here. I mean, the future is so bright for you guys. What's next for you? Do you want to work at NASA someday?
I would say like it's definitely like this project has showed us and solidified even more that we want to pursue a career in STEM and computer science. And like along with also doing like our outreach program where we present to community members here, it's opened the door for us, especially in our consideration as juniors and one sophomore, thinking about what we want to do in college and after. Like it's definitely solidified that goal, and hopefully one day maybe we will be working for NASA.
Seriously, I mean, When we think of the future as being bright, it's because of people like you guys. I wish you nothing but the best of luck on Wednesday in your competition. We'll be following along and seeing how far you guys go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is just the coolest thing ever.